Other than being known for their love of rice, beans, and tortillas, almost everyone knows about Mexico's contribution to the United States economy. From the luscious from the luscious locations, the never-ending food options, and the unique history, it's no wonder why so many people make this country one of their top travel destinations. Hi, my name is Axel, and today I will talk to you about some business practices in Mexico and how it differs from the rest of the world. Being of Mexican American descent, I know more about this country than most people. A lot of people see this country as luscious beaches or as a popular travel destination, but however, there is so much more to this country. I have never visited the country as a tourist, nor have I seen its luxurious locations, so I have a much more different perspective on this country. Firstly, I will talk to you about the economy in Mexico, then I will talk to you about some business behaviors, and we'll end with a current event happening in the country. So let me begin. Professions in Mexico can range from the high-earning architects and neuroscientists, but most of the time, citizens have to endure the hard labor that is farming or the mining and oil industries. According to the 2021 Culturegram's Online World Edition's entry on Mexico, in the section Economy, Mexico has a wide variety of incomes, but fewer opportunities for the citizens. Most of the citizens in Mexico range from most of business in Mexico is informal, which means there are a lot of street vending, supermarkets, and small shops in the country. One of Mexico's highest earning industries is the oil industry. Pemex, being one of the largest oil companies in the country, overrules and contributes highly to the country's economy. Around 46 middle class and lower class citizens tend to have fewer opportunities in life, unlike in countries like the United States. Around 46% of the people in the country live in poverty, which means that they have access only to the minimal resources such as food and water, and really nothing else for the rest of their lives. And one easy way for countries like the United States to use Mexico for cheap labor is maquiladoras. Here, workers have to endure the lack of safety regulations and the lack of wage for a job that they can work in. Sure, they are widely criticized for their lack of protection and their low pay rate, but it just shows how desperate some citizens in the country are to earn their living and the sacrifices they're willing to make to keep a job. Now that I've talked to you a bit about the country's economy, let me talk about some business behaviors in the country. According to the Gert Hofstede's and Michael Minkoff's research on the page What About Mexico, last updated in 2010, Mexico is a collectivistic society. What this means is that strong bonds and relationships are favorable in both business and family relationships. Employer and employee relationships are viewed more on a moral scale other than regulations and rules. Loyalty is a strong factor of the country. Loyalty is a strong factor of business, and most of the time overtakes rules and regulations placed on by industries. Some strong relationships in family and business are very common in a country like Mexico, and is what a lot of people pride themselves on. First, I talked to you about the country's economy and about Mexico's collectivistic society. So lastly, I will talk about a current event happening in the country. According to the article, According to the article, Mexico targets foreign investors in oil and gas sectors. Proposed changes to hydrocarbon law by Morgan Lewis in April 2nd, 2021. The country's president plans to pass a reform which will allow high-scale companies like Pemex to overtake private industries. What this means is that private industries will be more controlled and will have less freedom than they used to. high earning industries like Pemex, which are state owned, will have the ability to overtake these small industries and take away their permits if when they expire. It positively affects them. It positively affects the big companies and shows just how powerful they can be. And with that, let me conclude. First, I talked to you about the country's economy, and then I spoke to you about the country's collectivistic society, and then I talked about about the country's hydrocarbon law reform. Mexico is a country. Other than Mexico is so much more than luscious beaches and sand and food. Although the travel industry is one of the main sources of income in the country, it could not function without the input from from the delicious food stands, unique craft shops, and the hardworking labor that most citizens have to endure to earn their wage. I hope I have inspired you to think of Mexico from a different perspective, and for you to remember that a country is not made up solely of their highest earning industry. Thank you.